Finatics here. We got a great big order this week. Huge, actually. Restock. We didn't get a couple weeks worth of fish, and it shows we are out of a whole bunch. And we got some really cool stuff too. So here we go. I'm gonna go as fast as I can. So this isn't a 4-hour long video. First thing out of the box, we have Farlowellas, just like saying that name, Farlowella. Twig cap. Those guys are great algae eaters. They get about 10 inches. Okay, in a community tank. You don't have to be in that big a tank. Here is a cool fish. These are special order. These are Malero Red or Tropheus Firecrackers. Actually, these are not special order. These are the ones I bought for stock. I got half a dozen. It says 12 on there, but I should have gotten half a dozen of those. Let's see how many are actually in the bag. Those are Tropheus African cichlids. Next thing out of the box, a little less likely to stump me. These are Marthae hatchets or the blackwing hatchets. Smaller version, similar to a marble hatchet, not quite as marbly and just a little bit smaller. Nice community fish. Next thing up we have some corridores. Of course, I love my cory cats, and these are concolor or the slate blue cories. More of a gray and a blue, but a very nice cory. Next thing up, we have some more cories. Big surprise. Lots of cories in this order. These are grantees, or the Peru arcuatus or Peru skunk cories. Nice white with the black stripes down the back. Very pretty little cory. Nice size on those guys too. These are watermelon tetras. I was able to get a restock on these guys. Kind of an unusual tetra out of Brazil, I believe. Beautiful reds. The males get really bright red when they're in the mood to show their color. Next thing up, we have some bettas. Looks like I've got some veils and some crowns in this group. If we get a chance, maybe we'll do a betta video. Most of these are more standard bettas, your veils, half moons, and I think there may be some, well, they're definitely crown tails. I don't know if there's veils on these or not. Bettas, which is great, completely out of bettas, almost. The lowest we've been, perhaps ever, on bettas right at the moment. I also should have some females in here somewhere. Next thing out of the box are some nice sized amount shrimp. I ordered 50. Looks like they think they shipped me 50. There you go, sorry. Nice size, about twice the size of some of the orders we've gotten. We've got some of the smaller ones coming also. Speaking of 50s, this is Cardinal Tetras. I ordered 100 of these guys because we're completely out. So the last one yesterday. Usually have a couple hundred cardinals to choose from. Right now we have zilch. Now we have 100. Gynocara dicara. What is that? Alright. Dicara. You stumped me. I'll have to look on the invoice and see what the heck it is. We'll add it in if we get a chance. We're going to try to get this up today so you guys don't have to wait around. Maybe you have to come in and ask me what kind of acara that is that I got that I forgot that I ordered. Here are something a little less likely to stump me. Black swordtails. Ran out of those as well. I might have one over there. Just got done moving all the livebearers where they got to go on the 4th row now. So if you're looking for your guppies or Enclosures like these guys, or swordtails, or mollies, or platies, all those guys will be in their new home. And we have a whole lot of them to show you this week. Here's some black firetail mollies, a little bit of yellow in your tails, along with the Enclosures and the swordtails. Oh, something else we're getting ready to move. No, these are green neons, not nanofish. Well, they're usually pretty small. Almost ran out of green neons this week. We're out of neons, we're out of cardinals. Now we've got a little bit of everything. These are Anacara species Sangabe. A nice peacock cichlid for you. We're continuing to fill in our African cichlid aisles. Have been set for a little while. Here's another swordtail. These are red tuxedo. Looks like there's some reds in there too. Nice batch of swordtails for you. Okay, there's 2 boxes down. A lot to go. Also got another order of fish that should be showing up today. Showed up via UPS. I didn't see it, so yeah, I hope they don't get delayed. Here we have some rusty cichlids. These are, again, African cichlid. We've got a few different Africans here. Here's Pseudotropheus saccoliphi. A lot of times we'll get the snow whites on these also. They weren't available, but we did get the blues. Very nice African cichlid. Here are some Damascenites, another Malawian kind of in the Mabuna group. And one more. Some of these guys are for special order. These are lemon yellows, or yellow labs, they'll call them. Corellius. Alright, something not an African cichlid. These are Helena, Clea Helena, or assassin snails. Do not put those in with your rabbit snails. I seem to think rabbit snails are exceptionally tasty, even large ones. But other than that, they're great snail patrol, even if they're hungry enough for those pesky trumpet snails. Here's a cool biker. This is Blepharis indocari, or they call him a red biker. Looks a lot like a saddle biker in my estimation. How they do look a little different. And oh, tiny little puffer. Got some African fish in just before we made this order. This is a Murinus puffer, or they'll call them Congo puffer. There's a couple different fish that get called a Congo puffer. That's the puffer of Powell Murinus. Another Lanacara. This one is Sluicy green face. We've had large ones of these. I've never had the smalls. Now I've got little ones for you to pick from. And on the opposite end of the scale, we got more guppies. These look like neon blues, all males. Got some females over there. I think I ordered more females this week. Different aisle here, yeah. Yet another aisle to speak from. These are green tiger barbs. We got a total restock on tiger barbs this week. About some of everything they have. Okay. I don't know if I'm hurrying fast enough. We got to get this down to under 30 minutes, guys. More bettas. Ooh, got some nice half moons in there. Some more crown tails. Some great looking bettas in there. Not gonna work. And then we jump into some Pistogramma cockatoides orange flash. A restock on those guys came in really nice last time, and this time they look pretty darn spectacular. Next up are more cories. These are panda cories, tank raised pandas. Nice looking. I may have paid a little bit more for these than what we usually pay, but nice, awesome little cory. Here are some pencil fish. These are the purple pencils. Purple pencils and red arcs look an awful lot the same, little different species. Remember on the pencils, larger groups do better. It's really hard to keep a small group on those guys that tend to feed on each other. Green lace guppies, another guppy restock. Got lots and lots of guppies, swordtails, mollies, and platies, and endlers this week. A lot of tetras too. Here's Hemigrammus Erythozonus, or glow light tetra. It's a lot easier to say. Glow light tetras, of course, are on our tetra special. Buy 4 or more, get 25% off. Alright, let's go for another stack of fish here. See if I can get these ripped out of here as quick as I did the last ones. First up, we have some eels. This looks like some zigzags, nice big zigzags. Probably the biggest ones we've gotten in a really long time. Zigzag eels, of course, are a nice community eel. You can keep them in a group and keep them community fish as long as they're big enough not to fit in their mouth. Here's a nice, fun community fish. These are a glass cat. Glass cats, of course, will get about 3 to 4 inches and like to be in a group. And you can see right through them. Then we got some nanofish. Got a lot of nanofish on this order. These are strawberry rasboras. Ran out of chilies a couple of weeks ago, so strawberries been getting more looks. Actually, in my opinion, the strawberries are perhaps more attractive of the two fish. Both are great nanofish, though. Featherfin squeaker cats. Got a half a dozen of these guys. These are African lace cats. Got some big ones over there too right now. The little ones run less expensive, and they live a really long time. I've got about a 30-year-old one sitting at my house. Here's Harlequin rasboras. Always lump those in with the tetras, but they're actually a rasbora. Great little nanofish with a small mouth. Here are some sharks. These are not the best of community fish. Rainbow sharks, while pretty, have a tendency to be bossy in a tank and cause a bit of trouble. Like in a bigger tank with more pernicious fish. Sorted fancy goldfish look like we got some telescopes and some fantails. That look up closer. All of them came in the red spectrum. Ordered a few goldfish this week, so should have something for you guys to look at. Just got word that the other order that I put in for this week won't get here till tomorrow. everything rescheduled there, but they should come in good tomorrow. We'll get them on tomorrow. This video. I'll try to get this video out today. Here's some more Arandas. These are calico Arandas. Got a group of these a couple weeks ago. Most of them did pretty well. Believe it or not, getting good quality goldfish is one of the harder things we do, but we've been working on getting better, more and better sources for them. These are reticulated Hillstream loaches. Hate to be out of these guys ever because they're so darn popular and so cool looking. Great, but they do like a little cooler tank, so we have to keep them under 80 degrees. Here is a ropefish. So they shipped 3 of them. Oh, they shipped them in 2 different bags. I got another bag right here. Ropefish don't always ship all that well, but when we get them in, they are the coolest. They're not polypterus, but they're very closely related to your dinosaur biker eels. Those are, again, ropefish. Get up to about 2 feet, but a small mouth. You can do them in a larger community tank very well. Schwartzy cories, another amazing cory. The Schwartzies are a Brazilian cory. Nice dark spots on them. Always running a couple bucks more just because they're from Brazil. But beautiful fish. And usually come in pretty big. Speaking of fairly big, these small clownfish just came in a really nice size. And not a bad price if I remember right. I'll have those already for you shortly. More Hillstream loaches. These are the spotted Hillstream loaches. They usually come in a little bit more expensive than the reticulates, but a little bit bigger. And sure enough, these ones are a bit bigger than the reticulates in the same box. Next up, we have another box of fish. More fish. I gotta keep it up here. Don't slow down. Next thing is a discus. That's right. I ordered 3 of these guys. These are the white butterfly discus. There should be 3 3-inchers in here. There's a third, second one. Yep, there's a third one. White butterfly discus. Beautiful fish. Got a little bit of yellow in them. That's why they call them butterfly. Here's another nano fish. These are pygmy hatchets. Got a lot of hatchets on this order. They were a lot available, so I just grabbed them all. Even ones that we weren't completely out of. I said, that's it. We can get them. Let's get them. Platinum hatchets. Larger, the 2 silver hatchets that we normally stock. There are actually a lot of different types of hatchets in the wild, but a lot of them look real similar. It's hard to tell them apart. Pygmy cories. Pick up some of these guys this week. Always happy to have the dwarf style cories that only get about an inch. This week I was able to pick these. Here are some German gold rams. German gold rams, of course, are great community fish with caveats. They are a little aggressive with each other. We've got enough room to use them as well. Here is a Colombian zebra pleco, L129. We have the 127s over there, which are the false Colombian zebras, but these are the 129s. And one of them's Peckeltia, and the other one's the high pan. These are the high pans. The 127s are the Peckeltia. Alright. Let's jump into another box of fish here. And away we go. We have some more Lanacaras. These are Hussari Midnight. Paid a little extra for these. They look like a little silver fish. Make sure to keep them separate because they run a little more than some of the other types, but those are supposed to be pretty spectacular. They'll get bigger. Here's royal blue dwarf rummies. Actually a little limited on what was available for dwarf rummies this week, so we picked up what we could find. Speaking of rams, here's some Bolivian rams. We have a couple over there, but these look nice and big and colorful. So restock on those. More guppies. These are those females I told you we probably had in here somewhere. Sure enough, there's a bag of assorted female guppies. More tetras for the tetra special. These are red and blue Colombian tetras. You can see the red and the blue on them because they're a little blanched, so I had to stop for a second. Make sure they are what they said they were. Here is white fin tetras, or the candy canes, a lot of people call them. Y511 white fin tetra. Stocked as well. And here are slender tetras. Sure everybody looks good. Yeah, they're just hanging low in the bag. This bag got a little bit cold. It's a little far from the heat source, but they look like they'll be okay. Slender tetras, they're iguana something is their scientific name. Some people call them a lizard tetra. Super cool, unusual tetra. We got some a couple weeks ago. They just got out, so I had the opportunity and I grab some more. I think they're really neat. They'll get about 4 inches on most of the species. There's 4 or 5 different types. We had a couple different types. You mentioned whatever, but I think they're the green lines. They'll get about 4 inches. Let's see. Here we go again. More plecos. Got a couple of these Ornico Angels. These are the snowballs, 201s. These used to be super cheap. They are not super cheap anymore, but they're still relatively inexpensive for how nice fish are. Black background, white spots. Sometimes runs to yellow. Very similar to the L33 snowball, just cheaper, half the price. Gold barbs. Restocking those guys. Move where they're at in the store up a little higher where you can see just how awesome they are. And they've been selling out like crazy. Remember about a 3-inch barb. They're pretty mellow for that. Here's some more red-tail sharks. These are red-tail black sharks. Again, just like the rainbow sharks, they're a little bit predaceous in the communities. Again, with faster barb lengths. Plecos. What we got here? Rose line sharks. Sold out of those a while back. We got a restock on those. Still got some mediums over there. There's a bag of chili rasboras. Some of these are for special order. Got about 50 of them in the bag. We always try to have a good extra stock on those. We'll ramp back up. I don't like getting a couple hundred at a time because we have trouble with the batch. I'd rather not see the whole batch go down. Moonlight gouramis. These are not the easiest gourami to get a hold of, and they're a little more sensitive. Very beautiful silver fish. And another African. This is Nimbochromis livingstoni, which is another larger Lake Malawian. Alrighty, another stack of fish. We're trying to keep this time down. We're just commenting that this perhaps is one of the biggest orders we've gotten in a really long time. I think it's the biggest I've ever gotten from this vendor, and we've got another 3 boxes so remember this week. Here is 50 neon tetras. I'm sure I ordered 100 of those too. I wonder if they necked me down to 50 each. Let's see. Nope, there's 150 more neons. Nice size on the large neons this week. The last we got were kind of puny comparatively. More hatchets. These are the silvers. The last ones I showed you were the platinums. Silvers and platinums look a lot the same. They really are 2 different fish from 2 different spots. They run the same price in here. A lot of people think of them interchangeably, but they are a little different. These are Borkies, or the blue tetras. I like these, kind of a light blue on the tail that runs to silver on the front. Very pretty little fish. Here are some half-moon female bettas. 3 of those, or 6 of those guys. Gals, actually. A lot of questions. Where's our female bettas? We ran out. They're just flat out of bettas of all sorts. These are lattes. Got several different types of platies. These are called a Blue Mountain Calico platy. Very pretty. And that's in this box. Some more gouramis. These are the powder blue gouramis. We sell a ton of these powder blue gouramis. Always have to keep a nice stock. I actually got a few female powder blues over there also. Female on the dwarf gouramis is not that commonly offered, but we do. That keeps some in stock. Next up we have warus. These are literally 3 times the size of the last group we got in. We've got one of the last groups still over there. It will be very diminutive comparatively speaking. Nice size of this. Part of these are special order. These are chocolate gouramis, or the samurais, valiant gouramis. You gotta call them all kinds of things, but I call them cool. A little bit on the sensitive side. You want a soft acidic tank to do well with those guys. Black ghost knife. We usually stock at least a few of these. Just one on this order. Nice 3-inch, 2.5, 3-inch size. Pretty little fish. More bikers. I ordered a medium biker, not a tiny one, because they've been selling us really, really tiny ones. Are hard to get started. Pay a little bit more for a nice started fish, but I think it's worth it to have nice started live fish as opposed to cheaper dead ones. Pea puffers came in really big this time, so we can keep their size on them. If you come in that size, usually they do very well. Very sensitive little fish. A lot of people put them in a tiny tank, and I think they do much better with a little more room. Tiny, tiny songfongs, rasboras. Songfongs are another nano fish. They're a little bigger than some of your nano fish. Really bright red rasbora. Similar to a chili as far as color goes. Really pretty when they look good. female bettas. These are kois. Half a dozen of these guys, and really nice colors on those. Came in a little more expensive, but from the color, I'd say probably worth it. Red and white Routins. That's black eyes on some of those guys. Nice looking fish. Looks like it says 6. I see 2. I sure hope the invoice says 2. That's only 2. Red hump earth eaters, standing doctrinary, or easier to say, yellow-sided or red humped earth eater. Really nice, more aggressive earth eater. Will do well in your mildly aggressive sickle tank. We have some Singapore bamboo shrimp. We've got some of the little ones over there still. Got them at a little cheaper price. Here we got larger ones, the more standard size we normally get, and at the more regular price. Always happy to have extras of those laying around. Never met a shrimp I didn't like, so why not? Add a Singapore shrimp to our day. Great. Then we've got more hatchets. These are the marble hatchets. Mentioned hatchets earlier. We've got pretty much everything they had to offer here. Celestial pearl danios. Nice looking batch. Nice fat bellies on these guys. In fact, they came in pretty good. Every once in a while we get a bad batch of those. These look pretty spectacular. Here are some coolie loaches. Banded coolie loaches are a staple here. We always try to keep a large selection of those on hand for your loach pleasure. And Romanos tetras, got a restock on these guys. They're down to just about nothing on those as well. When they're colored up, man, there's not anything prettier than the Romanos tetra. These are Haplochromis Cryoga Flameback. We've had these a time before too. They always come in real silver, but they're a bright red fish when they get bigger. Beautiful. Victorian cichlid, actually. More platies. These are black platies. Black with orange fins, apparently platies. Very pretty. Bright red faces on some of those. And then we have some more platies. Golden leopard platies. Very gold sparkly on those guys. Really pretty. I've seen a couple different variations on the theme order for gold leopard platy. Here are more platies. These are red tuxedo platies. Kind of like platy nuts. Been holding off buying platies because I knew we were getting ready to move that section. We got that section moved this week, so now they're going to move in to their new home. We are almost through this order. I've got this in one more box, and then we'll be done with this part of this order. This says green tiger barbs, but that's regular tiger barbs. I'm expecting they swapped the tags between the greens and the regulars. A little smaller than the greens, both came in looking pretty darn good. Here is tiny spiny eels. These look more like what I'd normally see the zigzags come in at, and the zigzags came in more the size of tiny spinies usually come in at. But gauging by what I'm seeing, they really are the right fish. But swap those. Wow, this is not what I expected. Oh, okay, centipede knife. These are like in the carpo family. Really cool guys. They have a tendency to lay really still and look kind of dead. Super cool guys. If you can get them eaten, they're a little more sensitive. And you got to make sure nobody eats them. Even small tetras sometimes will chew on the tails. I had a bunch of people wanting arowanas this week, so we brought in more than one. Here's one. And let's see, there's 2. I only order one at a time usually. We had 2 special orders, so I went ahead and ordered 3 this week. These are all penodons. There's another one hiding in here somewhere, but these are African butterflies. I haven't been able to get these in ages. Everything out of Africa has been really hard to come by, so when I've seen them available, I'm jumping on them. These are, again, the penodons for the African butterfly. Sit up at the top. I get asked all the time, do you have a dead pleco there? No, the eyeballs are looking up. Those are an African butterfly. This guy is a monster. This is a palmus biker, or marble biker, they're called the tourist palmus. Really nice size on the guy, really pretty too. Very happy with that one. Alright, last box we can get there. Let's see if we can get a modem of editing done and get this video posted for you guys tonight. Corridores. These are reticulated or trilineatus cories. I also call them a Julie cory, which is not accurate. They just kind of look like a Julie. They're corridores trilineatus. Now, these are the special order. These are the Trophius Mori flame bimbas, or orange flame bimbas. Somebody ordered a half a dozen of those, or a dozen, excuse me. I might have ended up with, no, they didn't send me extras for stock, so these are all in the special order. Thought they were going to send me a couple of extras. They didn't. Yellow-bellied cichlid, these are the Salvinis, Central American. Very nice medium-sized cichlid, similar to top size and temperament, so like a red terror. Let's see, longfin, blue-eyed, bushy-nosed pleco. Longfin, gold, blue-eyed, bushy-nosed pleco. Really tiny, but got the long fins and the blue eyes. You get a little bit of size on those. Those are awfully nice. And then rocket clown killies. These are also tiny, but they're supposed to be tiny. Actually, the size on these aren't that bad. Rocket clown killies are another nano fish. Skirt towards the top, bright colors on them. A little on the sensitive side, like most of your nanos. Another nano fish. These are some I don't think I've had these. These are Micros, Boraris Micros, yellow polka dot rasbora they call them. I look like a little set of fish right now. We'll see what they look like when we get them in a tank, or maybe whether they're closer to like the Pygmy 3 spot or more like the chilies. I've never bought this many at a time, but I got a little deal for buying more, so we bought a half a dozen of these mudfish. These are a super interesting, wacky oddity that I just think are just a neat thing, and they're actually pretty easy to keep, so I'll just keep bringing them in. Sunset honey dwarf gouramis is just about the last bag of fish. Always got to have us some sunset dwarf gouramis in the last, absolute last bag of fish. And the last box of fish is the red terrors that I spoke of just a minute ago. Nice, mid-size, moderately aggressive, very bright color. South American single. That's it for this group. I wanted to get that order from yesterday up on the web, so I'm going to shoot these guys real quick and add them together. This should be some feeders, yep, feeder comets, some blackworms. I got squished in shipping, but looks like they're alright. More blackworms. We actually really got a whole shipment of blackworms, even though one of them got squished and one looks a little juicy. We got lots of blackworms, no more shortage on blackworms, at least for this minute. Got word whether or not that's permanent or temporary, but right now we have lots and lots of blackworms. Also got some Calistrotum, I'll butcher this, but those are the onion bulb things that look like a ponytail pump. So those are always fun. And then I got another big box with a few things in it. These guys do well. Always love these guys. These are half black angels. I like my fancy angels when I can get good quality ones. We bring them in all the time. We've been doing mostly local bred. Those are some out of Asia, I'm sure. Here are some tiny Amano shrimp to go along to the bigger ones we got yesterday. Got a lot of goldfish this week. These are black ranchus. That's a double up from last week. Sold out what we had. Got more red capped dorandas. Doubled up again on these. They look pretty good, so we give them a shot. Red crystal shrimp is a restock. We always have to have those in stock, so we do. Got a bunch of snails here. We're ramping up. We want to have lots and lots of snails for you guys. These are assorted mysteries. Oh, nice good colors. There's some blues, some ivories, some golds, purples. Also got some neorites here. Trying to rip through this pretty quick for you guys. I know the video's getting long. These are the red spotted, not red spotted, black spots on red, neorites. And these should be the zebras. Yep, those are zebra neorites. So there's some snails for y'all. More goldfish. These are the panda telescopes. Cute little devils, and mostly good colors. Some of them a little extra white. A couple of them almost all white with little black tips, but those look pretty cute too. Also got some rams in. These are the balloon-bodied angel rams. Very, very cartoon looking. If I can get them healthy, they're awful pretty. Just hard to get them to ship well. Looks like they did pretty good. Hopefully they'll hold up. These are black Moscow guppies. Got another group of those. Another bit of rams. These are the black rams. Somebody asked me for some, so I went ahead and bought them. Run a little bit more expensive than even the electric blue rams. Very pretty. They ship in well. And last thing out of this box is some orange flame tetras. We ran out of these guys. Try to stock them when we can, and they were available, so we bought them. And that's it. Everything for this hole. I do have hornworms in. All sizes of crickets are in. Fruit flies are in. Superworms are in. We still have plenty of mealworms. What else did we get this week? Other kind of, waxworms. We got waxworms this week. So all our bugs are in, and that's what we got.